Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for being here for our band presentation with Mr. Graves. We are going to get started here right away. Thank you so much for being here, and Mr. Graves, whenever you are ready, you can take it away. Thank you so much.
Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Mr. Graves, and I am the Director of Music here at Salisbury Composite High School. What a thing, hey, this virtual open house. Well, I'm really excited to be here, and this is my first time making this presentation, so hopefully it goes well, but I'd like to talk to you about the music program and everything that goes along with it. Thank you, Amy. Okay, so what is everybody coming here for? Well, hopefully it's to be a part of the instrumental music program for 10, 20, and 30. The 10 program is for the incoming grade 10s, so if you come from a junior high or a program previous to that, that's where you're going to start. And then obviously as it continues on, the 20 and the 30 level. What instrumental music is all about is kind of what it says there on the page. We've got performance, we go through theory, ear training, musicology, and music history. This course is meant to develop the complete musician. Universities allow students to use an instrumental music as 1/4 of their GPA. So what does this mean? Well, it means that when you graduate the 30 level course, I think it's something like 80% of the faculties in post-secondary, so universities, will allow you to use your mark from music to apply as part of your GPA, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. I always loved music, so my marks were pretty good, and that certainly helped me along my way after I was done high school. Students who complete instrumental music will have the skills necessary to audition for ensembles and programs after high school. Now, this is really important because if you're going into performance or music education or something along those lines, generally you have to apply and provide a little bit of information about yourself, a little bit about your experience, and you got to provide a little bit of your skill set. And with everything that we do in the instrumental music program, you will be well on your way to doing that. So it's a really great program, and there's so many things that we do in the instrumental program. During non-COVID years, we like to tour and do different festivals and things like that. Just even last year, Salisbury Composite High School was invited to go to nationals, and to compete at that level was something else. Unfortunately, due to COVID, that didn't happen at this time, but we continue to be invited, and hopefully when restrictions loosen, we might be able to entertain that again. So this is a great program, and we like to do a lot of great things for our community and our families. Thanks, Amy. Now, Band 15, 25, 35 is something that goes along with the instrumental music program. Again, it reinforces everything that we do with performance ear training, theory, musicology, and music history. And the idea is that we are going to extend your experience. It's set up so that when you come into the instrumental music program, it gives you more time to work on the skills that are necessary to complete all of the music experience at a high school level. And most of the students love this because, well, I'd say all the students love this because they get to extend and get better and better and better. Currently, we get to meet every day and spend time together and share this music for an entire 2/4 set, which is basically half your school year. So this just really builds upon skills and just gets that mastery just to the next step. And that's probably a really great reason as to why we're able to do what we do here at SAL. Another really great thing about it is that sometimes we have beginners that come in and haven't had a lot of experience. I've had students that come in with no playing experience. Perhaps they've come from a homeschooling situation or just some kind of community group where they've played guitar, voice, or done something else. And what's really wonderful about this program is it allows us the time to sit down with you and get you up to speed, what it means to be in an instrumental music program. A lot of people ask, well, like instrumental music sounds all right, but I'm a rock guy or something. But the skills that you learn here in the instrumental and band programs are those types of skills that you can take all the things that you love and apply them. I believe firmly that someone who can read and understand and play You know, those are the types of people that are going to go on and do something with it. Even if it's not at a professional level, you'll be able to pass that on to people that you know and love later on in life. And music is definitely a lifelong learning experience. Thank you, Amy. Now, the fireworks here at Sal. Oh man, the instrumental jazz program, the 15-25-35 program, is like no other. Man, we play so many different gigs and so many different events. And again, you know, I was pre-COVID. I just can't wait until we have this opportunity next year to kick things back off. And you know, we have lots of plans to do virtual performances. Our jazz band was getting called to do like all sorts of different schools and just provide our service to so many different venues. We have a lot of fun doing the same things that we do in the concert band program, but we take it from sort of a music contemporary standpoint. Now, what do I mean by contemporary music? Well, contemporary music is basically anything outside of that sort of like classical background. So you'd be talking about your jazz, your funk, your blues, Latin, rock and roll, just to name like just a couple of those things. The focus of the course is for you guys to get the big band experience. And some of us have had some time watching big bands from the past, you know, and the idea is that in modern days, those big band groups are really flexible and can play all sorts of different styles and follow, you know, many different traditions. The other thing that's really great about it is you get to learn how to improvise and write your own music. So we have a really great time there, and the students really seem to love it, and so do I. Thanks, Amy. So if you guys have any questions for me, I'd be really happy if you decided to take some time to type them in, and I will answer them the best that I can. Until then, I'll ask Mr. Dermott if he's got anything for me yet.
Yeah, we'll kick off the question session with this one. One of the questions are we going to be playing in class during COVID?
See, I love this question because students, you know, over this last little period of time, and I think in most of the Elk Island public schools and Edmonton and all over the place, we weren't able to play. And as of late, we have actually been approved by the Alberta government and by our school board and locally to actually be able to proceed. In the music room, we socially distance. We have special coverings for our instrument. Students still wear masks. And we rotate. We play for about 30 minutes and take 10-minute breaks and get the air circulation going. And yeah, it's been going really, really well. And it hasn't really, I don't think it's changed the experience that much, honestly. So yeah, I expect that we'll be playing as normally as possible moving forward in the future, just like we are now.
Okay, awesome. I got another question coming in here. I've never played an instrument before. Can I still join?
Yeah, this is something that's really cool. Later on, you're going to see my contact screen, and I would suggest that if you pick up the phone or email me, if you are unsure as to whether the music program will be a good fit for you, we take brand new beginners, like people who've never even read music or even performed. And some of those students actually go on to do some pretty amazing things in this program. And I don't know, it's like a big community here at Sal, and we like to help out our friends and promote the success and get you those skills.
Oh, fantastic. Here's another one. Can you play more than one instrument?
Yeah, for sure you can play more than one instrument. In fact, most of our musicians, I'd say probably about, I don't know, 70% of our students play more than one instrument. In concert band, generally you'll stick to, you know, one instrument, but that kind of depends. Like if you're a bass clarinet player, you might play contrabass, or if you're an oboe player, you might play English horn. A bassoon might play contrabassoon. There's different types of trumpets, and there's just all sorts of opportunity in that program. Most of the doubling in our program is between the concert band and the jazz band. So students will play one instrument for the concert band or the instrumental program, and they'll play another instrument for the jazz bands. We always love to hear what you play, and there's lots of music actually. Like we've had a violin player who asked if maybe we could work that in, and for one of our songs it was a violin feature with the concert band. So it was really fun, and it really opens up those experiences. So I hope that answers your question.
Perfect. Got another one here. What about the Alexander Rutherford Scholarship? Like, how does band work with the Alexander Rutherford Scholarship, or does it?
You know, that might be a question to send to the, I think, would you send that to the counseling department or administration and maybe ask them? I'm not entirely sure. I know that it does qualify because a lot of my students actually receive the Alexander Rutherford Scholarship, and from what I believe, because I've never been a part of that formal process, but what I believe is it does directly impact that. I would assume that because you can use your graduating percentage towards the GPA, that it should be able to qualify you towards the Rutherford, but I'm not certain. Just being honest, I don't know, but I think so.
Okay, perfect. Last one here, and then we'll see if any more come in. What kind of instruments do you play in the jazz band? Like, what kind of instruments would make up that group?
That's actually a really good question. Generally, we go with the traditional instruments. So we have a rhythm section, so that would be drum set, bass, guitar. We have keyboards, piano, vocals sometimes, if somebody's the singer and a player. Generally trumpet, trombone, saxophone, and I mean those are even varied. Sometimes people come in on like a valve trombone, or maybe want to play euphonium in the jazz band. For saxophone, it's alto, tenor, bari saxophone. But yeah, there's actually a lot of diversity. We've had clarinet players that want to join us, and all sorts of things. So we generally want to have the traditional instruments, but that's never been a roadblock for somebody to join us. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think if there's no more that come in, doesn't look like right now, we can maybe go on to just the final wrap up here.
Absolutely. Okay, guys, this is the important thing. If you have any questions, I'm really good at getting back. I think most of us here at Sal are really great at getting back. So please feel free to email me at rob.graves@eips.ca. You can call the school. My extension is 5828, or you can just ask at the office to chat with Mr. Graves. I'd really like to hear from you, and I don't know, I hope to see you soon. And if you're interested, just ask a question. Even if, and by asking a question doesn't mean you have to commit. Just hit me up and I'll let you know. Okay, so thank you very much, and I will be back, I think, at 7:15 if you want to come back and see more about band. Okay, thank you.
Okay, well, we have one that's come in here, and we'll start it off with this. I've never played an instrument before. Can I still join?
Yeah, you know what? We have a bunch of students. Like I was saying, we've had so many students in the past that came in and they were absolutely terrified to join us. They were like, I've never played, but I really want to learn. And I don't know, I've gotten to this point in my life where I just want to take up music. And we bring those kids in and we introduce you around to other kids, and you get to come in and experience, first of all, what all the instruments are. And then we're gonna what do you want to do? And you can come in here and pick something that you like that'll fit into our ensemble, and learn along with your peers. So other students will help your learning development, and of course, as your teacher, I'll be right there with you. And yeah, no, for sure. If you have no experience, we would love to have you. As long as you're ready to work hard, this is your place.
All right, fantastic. Here's another one. Came in. Can you play more than one instrument?
Oh yeah, for sure. You can play more than one instrument. Most of our students actually play more than one instrument. I would say that it's like, I don't know, 75–80% of our students play more than one instrument. Now, some kids play piano, guitar, bass, like there's all sorts of things that kids play, and then they come into the WIN program and they get it to work for them. The most common doubling in our ensemble would either be in like a bass clarinet, go to a contrabass clarinet, or if you play like, I don't know, bassoon, you might play contrabassoon. If you're a flute player, you might get into the piccolo. There's a bunch of different saxes, and kids move around on that. And percussion, of course, there's no shortage of things to do back there. The other big one is if you're playing in the instrumental music program that a lot of students double instruments that would better suit the big band experience or the instrumental jazz program. So yeah, no, a lot of our kids play more than one instrument, and there's always opportunities. Like one year we had a violin player in our program, and they asked, they normally would play something in the ensemble normally, but they said, can I bring my violin in? And so I went and seeked out this piece that was a violin solo with our ensemble. So yeah, there's lots of opportunities here at Sal.
Okay, here's a couple of fresh ones coming right in here. How often do students practice?
Students practice? Well, they practice tons, but guess what? It's at home. Only if, like, let's say you miss a day of class or something. We right now have 3 hours of class time every day. So when you say practice, now traditionally that would be like, well, let's go home and unpack our instrument and put in an hour or two. But and Sal, I think after you're done your 3 hours here, you're going to be pretty pooped. So most of the work, excuse me, is done here in class. We have other students that like take their instruments home and they'll work out those harder parts. But as far as requirement to practicing, there really isn't much.
Okay, and we got time for one more, and this came in as well. What would you say to someone who is on the fence about taking one of the band programs or one of the options you talked about tonight? What would you say to that student?
I'd say give me a call, email me, give me a shout out, because it's like I want to hear your story. I want to hear what you're thinking about, and maybe you can just have that really easy conversation with me. I think I'm pretty approachable, and figure out what is going to suit you. And you know, I think, you know, band has the opportunity to suit everyone. So you know, we'll see how you feel. And so, like I said, give me an email, give me a call, and I'd be happy to talk to you.
Okay, actually, one more. Got a quick one, just one quick one. So if I choose to play the tuba or the stand-up bass, do I have to bring it back and forth to school every day?
No, you don't. And your mom and dad or whoever drives you around, or even the bus driver, will thank me for that.
Okay, perfect.
Generally, we for some of the bigger instruments, we'll have doubles, and we can get one at home and get one here at school. So no, and those aren't the only two big ones. But yeah, no, you don't have to worry too much about that. But sometimes we buy mom and dad coffee, or somebody who's got a car, and say, please, for a Slurpee, will you get my instrument back and forth? Sometimes that comes up. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Not that often.
Okay, well, that looks like we're out of time. We're going to go to just your contact slide here.
Okay. All right. So my contact information, Rob Graves. It's rob.graves@eips.ca. You can call me here at the school. The extension is 5828. But if you forget that, you can just call the school and ask to talk to Mr. Graves. Thank you so much for coming this evening. I'm really excited about what I do. I hope you're excited about what you do, and no matter what you choose, you're going to really love it here at Sal. I love this place, and I've been here for quite a while. So thank you, and I hope you have a great evening, and talk to you later.